Okay, now I talked about this yesterday on the program a little bit, and if you follow me on Facebook, and I've also posted this shit on Twitter, this is out of control. This cannot go on. We have a young woman who lives here in town. She is a patriot. She is a Trump supporter, and she is being harassed and terrorized by some local Antifa / Black Lives Matter type of people. She was preparing to celebrate the 4th of July. And for some damn reason, one or two of her neighbors got this idea in their head. Well, if she celebrates the 4th of July, she must be a racist. So they want her out of the neighborhood. They want her, they've been doing just horrible things to her. Let me show you. I don't know where I believe I showed this picture the other day on the pro. This is the front step of this woman's house. Okay, everybody take a good look at that. Okay, these little chalk drawings, aren't they cute? Don't you love it when kids get the chalk, and they go and do little chalk drawings and stuff on the sidewalk? These aren't little kids that are doing this. These are full-grown adults, and I'm sorry, but most little kids don't write things like "fuck white America," "fuck Trump," "racist not welcome," and shit like that on anybody's front doorstep. It's just out of control, and we have her on the program this afternoon. I want to get her story. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Sanders. Star, how you doing this afternoon, darling?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. I love the decorations. Look at this. This is Star Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. She lives over on the west side. She's a patriot. She's a God-fearing woman. She lives, unfortunately, in a real shit neighborhood where, the folks here in the chat room are saying hi to you, Star. They want you. They're welcoming you here to the Jazz McKay show. Star, let's talk about how this all started and how we got that picture that I was showing folks here a few moments ago, and I want people to take a look at what this message again that these people have left for you. How did this begin?
Every year I decorate by putting stuff in my windows because we live on a property site, so I keep it to my yard and in my windows. And this is the first year I put up my 4th of July decorations, and that was my feedback for being a Trump supporter and putting up 4th of July decorations.
So you put up the 4th of July decorations, that you do this every year, and which
I was forced to take down, and they are all in my kitchen, as you can see. I got a little corner where I just keep them now because I have to keep it to myself.
So you put up the decorations, and what happened? Did someone complain to the property management? That's normally the way this works. If someone on the property, another renter on the property, has a problem with something, they'll go to property management, right?
Well, I had just put it in my window. I put a Trump sign and flags and a lot of other little decorations, as you see behind me. Oh, whoops, not the window. Just simple decorations for 4th of July. But simply because I had the Trump sign, which is behind me, I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, that's nice.
Simply because I had that along with my 4th of July stuff, it turned into a protest in front of my front door. They did not approve of me putting that up in my window.
Okay, so tell me now.
BLM up, if they would have put it in a sign without vulgar words and put it in their window, I totally wouldn't mind. It's just how they're going about it.
So what happened was you put up these decorations for the 4th of July, which happened to include what is this? It's a Trump sign, homemade Trump sign. I'm assuming that you made, and this was the response. Someone came and they wrote this stuff right here that I'm showing my audience now on your front doorstep.
My neighbor's only thing that separates our doors is a sidewalk, a very 2-foot sidewalk. So when they're doing this, I mean, they're literally at my front
They're
doorstep.
at your front door. And
Literally at
are
my
the
front.
how many people are doing this? How many people?
It's a boyfriend and a girlfriend around in their early 20s.
They're in their early 20s, and they're renters in the same complex, I'm assuming.
Correct.
And are they next door neighbors, or do they live around the corner, or where? In as far as in the complex are concerned,
When I open my front door, I can look directly at their front door.
okay, so
I'm
they're
literally directly in front of them, face to face.
okay, so they're directly across the breezeway or hall. I mean, it's an outdoor complex, so they're
That picture you see,
yeah.
I'm the one taking it from my front doorstep. I'm literally at the door, and that's their steps coming down with where it says the Trump part, and it's facing my door. But that's how close they are to me, literally.
Okay, now when did this happen? What day did this occur?
See, I got back into town Sunday night, so it started. Some of the graffiti started Sunday night. We didn't know who put it up. I asked one of the other neighbors, and she didn't know. She said it came up in the middle of the night. So we sprayed it down. We didn't think nothing of it. So the next day we woke up, and then that's when everything happened full force.
So it was back again the next day.
Well, the next day is when it got ugly.
Okay, what happened the next day?
Well, that's when that came with lots. Well, at first it was just BLM on the walls out front. But the neighbor who was watching my house said they didn't know who did it, and she didn't mind if I'd sprayed it down. It was just in shock. You know, we didn't assume the white neighbors across the way did it, and it's our property walls. We wanted it clean. That was just the simple fact.
Okay,
of
so when did you realize then that it was the neighbors across the way from you, directly across from you?
When I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning to F Trump and you're a racist, this, that, and chanting at my door early in the morning.
So they were standing outside your front door and they're chanting F Trump and F you racist, you. And there's what, two of them? There's a man and a woman?
Yes, correct.
And they're standing out there shouting at you. What did you do next at that point?
I pretty much ignored them the whole time. This whole thing had happened for a few days, and the only sentence I have said to them is, grow up, you're immature. And that was it, because she kept saying, are you not going to say nothing? You're not going to say nothing to me? And it's really hard to not say nothing to you. I'm trying to be an adult about this.
Well,
so, you know, I haven't said anything to them. I've just been letting them act like idiots.
and so they chant in front of your door. They chalk graffiti, and have they threatened you physically with any bodily harm?
Yeah, she has threatened to fight me a few times. She's gotten some local bad people around our neighborhood after me, telling them that I'm racist. She's gone as far as screaming my first and last name out, letting everyone up and down the street know my name and that I'm racist. She called my office building and told the building owner that I'm a racist. They shouldn't allow me to own an office there.
Wait a minute. So she called the owners of the building where you work.
Correct.
She's stalking you at home. Then she's going so far as stalking you at work as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's threatening to fight you. She wants to get into a confrontation. She wants to fight you. Does she and her boyfriend or husband, whoever it is, have any decorations in their windows? Do they have any BLM signs in their windows?
No, as many times as they were told to take it down, they didn't bother to put a sign up in their window. They just kept doing it on the property, graffitiing the property.
Okay,
so even though they've been forced to take it down, they still have not, you know, if they believe in it so tough and putting it up, they should make a proper sign. But no, they don't have anything other than graffitiing the property.
So they graffiti the property. And tell me about property management. This is an apartment complex, I'm assuming. And the property management has been informed. I'm guessing you talked to them, or did they contact you?
It took the fact not until they till they flattened my tire did the property management actually act like they gave shit.
Wait a minute. So the property management didn't get involved until they've slashed your tires. Is that right?
Yes, and then even as of this morning, I was at the tire shop again, taking some more nails out, and I asked him, "Do you think I picked those up?" And the tire guy goes, "No, this was purposely done."
Okay, so were the nails in your tires? Were they on the tread or on the side of on the side wall of the tire?
They were on the inside of the tire, but spaced out perfectly, put in.
Okay, so they're.
I was just there yesterday, and he checked my tire and stuff, and he said, "There's no way." So,
Star, the next question I have for you, Star Sanders is with us. She's being terrorized by Antifa /BLM types directly across the way from her at her apartment building over on the east side in what I call a sketchy neighborhood. Have you contacted the You're in Bakersfield, so have you contacted the BPD?
yeah, they've been out several times. They're as ticked off as I am. They're trying to do something, but because of freedom of speech and stuff, they're
wait. Okay, freedom of speech is one thing. Threatening people and vandalizing property is something else altogether. That's not free speech. That's not protected speech.
Well,
and what about your free
until
speech?
she actually hits me, they can't do anything, and because I don't have them on camera flattening my tire, I can't do anything about that either.
So, and what about your free speech? Have the so who said anything about free? Did the cops tell you? Well, it's their free speech to curse at you, and it's their free speech to graffiti the sidewalks. What about your free speech?
Well, that's funny that you asked, because when I got angry about this and called property management, I said, "Well, can I go out and write whatever I want with chalk?" They said no.
So they are allowed to graffiti the property. But you are not allowed to graffiti the property. They are allowed to threaten you, and they are allowed to flatten the tires of your car based on their First Amendment rights, but you're not allowed to reciprocate or retaliate. Is that correct? Is that what I'm gathering?
I'm not even allowed to decorate for 4th of July at this point.
Okay, so they're allowed to graffiti, but you're not allowed by property management to decorate. You know what a lot of people are going to say? They're going to say, "Star, why don't you just move?" Oh, well, that's easier said than done, I would think. It's a little easier said than done. What, are you supposed to wave a magic wand? Let me see. I've got a magic wand right here. Let me wave it. And, Star, you're now living somewhere else. No, it doesn't work that way, folks. It doesn't work that way. Well, just move. Do you have? Do you live alone? Do you feel threatened? Do you feel safe where you live?
You know what? It really sucks because it's like the worst time to not have a big tough boyfriend. You know, because and that sounds stupid, but they're just doing this being childish, and they know that they can threaten me because I'm young. Or I'm small, I guess I consider myself young still, haha. But because I'm a single female next door, I have no protection, they are getting away with bullying me. And I can't even walk to my car without feeling unsafe. It's just insane. And yeah, when they're verbally threatening me, literally 2 feet from my face, I mean, that's very scary.
No, I understand that. And now, when the police have been there, have the police confronted them, this couple?
Yes, and I came inside and shut the door, but I remember them saying stuff to the police that, I don't know what they were saying honestly, but I remember hearing them giving the police a little shit. I just don't remember what it was. They were giving them shit as well.
They were giving the cops shit as well, of course. Well,
yeah.
the thing of it is, we're experiencing this turmoil in the country because they get away with it. If these commies, and that's who these are useful idiots for the Democrat Party, which is now the party of communism and Marxism in the country. They are getting away with this shit because a lot of cities have allowed them to get away with it. I'm surprised, shocked, dismayed that the city of Bakersfield is allowing this to happen. But the cops really, they're not, they want to do so. I'm assuming they want to do something, don't they?
They do, and it's just really hard for them because of the whole freedom of speech, and because the BLM thing's so big right now. It's, for some reason they're just allowed to do all that. But what I don't get was, like, why were they allowed to put it in a disrespectful manner? They couldn't have wrote just BLM, Black Lives Matter.
No. See, now you're being too nice. You're being way too nice. You know what you need? What we need to do is, do you have any front door space, any front yard space of any kind? How about a barbecue with a bunch of Hell's Angels over at your house?
I could do that. I do have a big backyard, and you know what? And that's the thing, is I think they're trying to just bully me out from my apartment. I'm the only one with a backyard, and that's pretty petty and childish. But either way, this bullying thing is ridiculous and childish, and I wouldn't mind having a barbecue out back. I'll buy all.
I think that's a great idea, Star. I think we should have a barbecue. We should all wear our Trump hats and our Blue Lives Matter T-shirts, like I'm wearing right now, as you can see, Star. I've got my Blue Lives Matter hat and my Blue Lives Matter T-shirts, showing my support for our local law enforcement here. I have a nice big freaking Blue Lives Matter flag in my front yard. I've never experienced any of what you're going through. Well, I've been harassed and bullied before, and I don't take that shit. I push back. I refuse to be a victim. I also, let me see. Well, here's just what I have currently standing by next to me here in my living room. I have another one over there, another one over here. I've got my AR over there. My AK is right there. I got a cute little Ruger 1022. It's adorable. But this is this is what we call an evil black pistol. This is a Glock 30 small frame. It's one of my carry weapons. Are you armed at all?
No. You know what? I believe in guns, but yeah, you don't want to give this girl a gun. So,
well,
but no, I don't have anything for protection whatsoever. And
well, you should. Yeah, you should go to Bear Mountain Sports on the Weed Patch Highway, just off the 58. Talk to them over there. They can get you a nice shotgun, a nice home defense weapon, a nice shotgun, a 20 or a 12 gauge shotgun. They're inexpensive, less than $300. I think you could be in and out with a box of shells and all that. And you should have. You're a single woman living alone in a really shitty ass neighborhood. If you want my opinion, no offense, no offense, but you are a woman that should. Look. Do you know what demographic is the number one purchaser of firearms in this country? Do you know the demographic?
I really don't.
That would be single women between the ages of 25 and 45. And I don't know your age, but I'm going to guess you fall in there somewhere in that area between 25 and 45. You look like you're 18, 19 years old, but I know you're a little bit older than that. But yeah, you are in the middle of that demographic. You should have protection. There's no reason for you not to be. Do you have security cameras? You can get a nice, inexpensive security camera system over at Harbor Freight for less than probably $125. And anything that goes on in front of your house, boom, you got it on camera.
That's a really good idea. It's always been peaceful around here until they moved in.
How long have they lived there?
3 months, and it's been horrible
What?
for 3
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. These assholes have lived there for 3 months and they're already starting shit with somebody.
Well, they started this 3 months ago. This is just icing on the cake for me.
Okay, so now, do you know their names? Do you know who these people are? Do you want to identify them here on the show?
Oh, I don't mind because they had no problem blasting me all over Kern County. So the husband or boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, his name is Corey Cornelius, I believe. It's on my Facebook. And Keaton. The girlfriend's name is Corey. It's Corey and Keaton. They're in their early 20s.
Corey and Keaton. Cornelius.
Yeah, and it's pretty sad, too, that I'm having a man threaten me as well and say dirty things to me and call me ugly things. And it's just horrible. You know, if I had, like I said, if I had a big husband, he'd be over there beating his butt.
And this is all because you are a Trump. Now, have you been, let me ask you this, are you holding anything like Ku Klux Klan rallies at your house? Have you got a swastika that you like to wear? Are you burning crosses in front of your house?
You would think, right? You would think. No, I'm not.
Oh, I see. I
barely have any guests over. We keep to ourselves and of all color because I'm not racist. I just live a normal life, and the only time I decorate is Christmas and 4th of July. Those are the two I like to decorate for. And I've never had a problem decorating ever until this year.
So all of this is because you are a proud American patriot. Let's be honest. That's what this is about.
Correct. And you know what? No matter what, I've always put up who I'm supporting for a year of election. That's never changed. So why would I change this year?
Well, I don't think you would. And you're a Trump supporter. And so you're being victimized. You're being bullied in regards to your political beliefs. And you're being called a racist simply due to the fact that you are a conservative, you are a patriot, you love America, and you support this president. So this is, you're a victim of a hate crime. In my opinion, you're a victim of a hate crime. And unfortunately, the police doesn't look like the cops can do much with it. You're on Facebook, and you have posted all of this stuff on Facebook. Is it all right if folks contact you on Facebook and whatnot? Or
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Star Sanders, StarSanders, Star Sanders on Facebook, local lady who is being terrorized by Antifa and BLM supporters here. They've become emboldened, folks. They believe that they're allowed to do this stuff because we as a society, over the course of less than a month, have let these types of people, these types of derelicts and thugs and bullies get away with this shit. And it's time to stop. It's time to push back. Star, you take care of yourself. I will stay in touch with you. And if need be, I have some friends who are good patriotic people who would love to come visit you and pray with you and show solidarity with you. Would that be all right if perhaps my wife and I and some of our friends, our patriot friends, paid you a visit soon?
Absolutely. You know what? And I wouldn't mind. I'll give you some details. I will set up a friendly little barbecue here in my backyard for you guys to come over and have yourself a little snack.
Well, I know that Joe has been in contact with you. You know Joe, and so we'll get with Joe and some of my other dear patriotic friends who love to ride motorcycles and have a good time, good Christian, patriotic American men, women, and we'll come over there and listen. We'll show a little solidarity for you and support for you. And also, I would like to toss this out today. If there are any local media types, maybe news reporters who would like to do a human interest story about how a patriotic woman is being bullied by thugs and lowlifes here, might be a good idea to reach out to this young lady here, Star Sanders, and do a story about this, and maybe interview these people and give them an opportunity to tell their side of the story and how they came to the conclusion that you're a horrible, evil, racist person. I'm sure they would love the attention of getting on our local news channels. And Star, God bless you.
You too. God bless you. And thank you for listening to me today, because nobody deserves this. And if it's happening to anybody else, I'm sorry.
Star, listen, a wise man once said, the only thing necessary for evil to grow and flourish is for good men to do nothing. I'm a good man. The people I know, they're all good men. We will not stand by and do nothing. We will not allow evil to flourish in our community. You can take that to the bank.
Amen.
God bless. You take care, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Just a